I'm going to start a new thing and call them spirit sharings. I am so lucky to do this work and get to have so much insight that comes through in spirit, and especially when I'm doing sessions and it seems like a lot of times I'm having personal experiences ahead of time that actually follow into a particular session, and the person that's with me needs something that maybe possibly came through in my own personal experience as a spirit awareness. And so I thought maybe I'd start sharing those things with you. So I'd call it spirit sharing, and I want to share this with you. So recently I've been coming into this place where I'm really looking at that message that seems to be really popular within the metaphysical realm and the realm in which I work, and that is like protection. You know, we must stay protected, especially since I'm doing mediumship work now, and so there's a lot of connecting to the spirit world. And so a lot of the teachers, many of my teachers, really emphasize this idea of, bringing in Archangel Michael, bringing in, doing the bubble of light, doing all this protection work. And recently, I've just felt like this isn't quite connecting with how I feel is in my nature to do my work. The reason why is because it brings in fear. And I'm really cognizant of when an element of fear is present within me, because I know that then that is actually not serving me well, because I see that fear actually shuts down a part of myself that is needed every time I work with other people. I can't be in a state of fear about anything. I have to be in a state of trust and knowing and fullness of who I know myself to be, and that connection with divine that's within me, and the connection to the divine that is coming through me, through my request to connect. And so this idea of protection just didn't quite work within that thinking. And so I've been playing with that. And of course, then because of that, I had an experience where I typically would go into a state of fear with what happened to me. And the details aren't necessary. The message is, though, that came to me through this process was that as long as I connected to who I truly am, this powerful divine being that has this infinite love coursing through me and has a direct connection to assistance through my guides and angels, as long as I keep that ever present in my mind, instead of this idea of protection, then I'm going to be better for it, and I'm going to be more present for others in that place. And so, so I was given the perfect opportunity to go into a state of fear and concern. And in that moment, I was like, wow, is this what they were saying about the protection? And do I really need that? And what I realized in that moment was I was actually calling in Archangel Michael to assist me in that moment. But I was calling in my guides and my angels, all those that are there at the ready to assist me anytime I ask. I was calling them in, but not from necessarily a state of fear, but actually as a resource of who I have access to, the spirit beings that are all about supporting me in love and connection and energy. And so just to remember that that's what I could call them in for. Now, does that mean that I shouldn't ever think about protection before I maybe say do a client or something? What I realized is that there's a balance, and I don't need to go into that state of heavy awareness that I need protection, but then again, I don't need to go into the heavy awareness that I don't need protection either. That there's some beautiful balance in between where I walk that line of being very confident no matter what is going to come into my life, no matter what is going to come into a session, that I can watch that perfect balance be created within me, awareness, knowing my connection to my divine self, and that is enough to sustain me through any situation. So I hope that helps you. And of course, as always, I just offer this and then allow you to take your own experience and decide where that lands for you. If this can be helpful, great. If it's something you want to listen to and make up your own mind, just because, of course, we're all walking a different path. But I hope that helps you live your life with less fear, all right? Know your divine connection. Know the protection that's just inherent with knowing who you truly are, a divine being of God. All right, thank you. Thanks for listening.